Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Evgenia and I'm ICF certified career coach and advisor. I work with scientists and STEM professionals and help them to figure out what is their dream job looks like and how to land it. And in today's video we will be talking about very important aspect of figuring out your dream job and actually landing it, and it's networking. Specifically, we will be talking about why it might be so hard to start reaching out to people, to start contacting even those who you don't know, and why it's difficult to talk, to engage in a conversation. We will discuss what makes your brain resist networking, and in the end of the video I give a few tips on how to think differently about networking. So let's say to rewire your brain in the sense, if you want to say that. Let's go. So first of all, I would like to say that according to statistics, depending on country and area, from 60 to 80% of the jobs are never there online. They are not published, never on LinkedIn, on Headhunter or any other job.ch. This is a massive amount of jobs that we will never see. If you don't know the people inside the companies, in your circle, in your area, who can tell you about the potential new opening in the company. Why actually people prefer to hire someone they know? It might sound counterintuitive, but it decreases the risk that that person would not fit culturally to the company. Another risk that maybe they are not qualified enough, or maybe their qualification is a little bit different. When you already know someone, you know what to expect from that person. The way they think, the way they behave, the way they treat other people. This generally reduces the risk of uncertainty around the new hire. I discussed this in my previous video. We will put the link somewhere here above me. How to hire in a data science team and why they also prefer to find someone from their network. Let's go and we will discuss about few fears around networking that I see in my client and I also experienced myself. I still experience it from time to time. The fear of bothering people. Many scientists tell me, oh, I don't want to annoy anyone, they might be so busy, they have such a high position, they are really overwhelmed with things, and I don't want to bother them. This is a very powerful belief, and it comes from our idea to be polite, to be good to people, and to respect their spaces, and this is beautiful. However, this fear stops us to reaching out to new people. And what I usually say and how I also feel when someone contacts me and asks about my opinion, some piece of advice, is that people actually like talking about themselves. People are very happy to help. Helping others is one of the most widespread value for people. Being able to help, being able to be part of someone else's way up, someone else's success. And that's what we are doing with networking. Remember a moment when someone asked you, how did you find your PhD position? How did you go through writing your thesis, which was challenging time, I'm sure, or about your relocation story? Did you enjoy giving some piece of advice to younger generation? I bet you did. When you network, when you ask someone to provide some piece of advice, that's what you're doing. You're actually giving them a chance to help you in your journey and to feel the satisfaction of helping other people. The second fear that I observe in my clients and in me is the fear of being rejected. That someone says, no, I don't want to talk to you. No, your question is stupid. No, 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 no. The truth is, well, yes, not everyone will reply you. The same way, not every job you apply, you will get a response, you will get an invitation. That is a funnel, the same as a marketing funnel. You reach out to 10 people, maybe 5 of them reply, and then maybe with 2 or 3 you will end up in the interview, and with 1 you continue a long-term relationship. That is how it works. So the rejections are the normal step in this process, in any process. Consider it with the dating, not with everyone you date, you get married at the end. Here is the same. About this, we should go strategically. We should think about what is your possible funnel. How many people you should contact to get enough interviews per week, let's say, so that you can, in a year of time, to land the job that you dream of. This we could discuss in the personal consultations when we see what is your field, what is your area, country, etc., etc., and what is your, of course, networking goal. What can increase the conversion from cold messages to replies and to actually setting up a call with someone? The way you draft a message, for sure. And this also we will be discussing in my workshops and in one-on-one consultations, how to craft a message that gets you replies. That is very important. The channel where you contact them, or maybe the amount of channels. Is it just LinkedIn or is it email and LinkedIn? This also makes a huge difference. And another, the most important, is whether, well, it is a cold contact or you already met people somewhere. This is a advice I figure out it also by myself, is that if you met people at a conference or in an event, or if it's online event, that works as well, and then you ask for a call, you get much higher chances that someone will reply you and actually talk to you, even though you talk for, I don't know, 10 seconds during an in-person event with that person and exchange maybe LinkedIn or contacts. So that's a motivation to not to focus purely on online networking and on LinkedIn, but go out there to the events in your field where you're interested, and to get to know people in person there. Yeah, actually, I got the statistics from my practice is that cold emails get you 20-30% reply, and warm contacts, even slightly warm, up to 80% of replies. Next one, and the biggest fear, is that networking seems as a transaction. I talk to you because I need a job, and I'm really shy to admit that I'm talking to you just because I need a job. I'm not interested in you as a person. It's purely business. Yeah, nothing personal, purely business. This way of thinking that networking is a transaction, I want something from you, well, job, that puts a lot of pressure on you and also on your conversational partner, if they feel it. If they feel that you're not fully open, that something is bothering you on the back of your mind, trust me, they could feel it, and that puts pressure on them as well. This makes it harder to build this genuine, nice, personal relationship, what we are actually should be doing in networking. Strategic networking is never ever about an immediate job. No. When I talk about networking, I say you should put half a year at least, year best, to see the result of it. That is a long-term strategy. It may be not even your next job, but your job after the job. When the person you talked to initially sees your development in this, sees your progress, you gain experience, you gain knowledge, and you show your commitment to maybe the new career path that you want to take. So it is a long term. And when you approach people, you never ever ask for a job. What you need is information and perspective. Maybe referral to other people, but never ever the job itself. And I even advise not to think about getting a job immediately when you approach people, even though we talk about networking as finding the hidden job market and etc. etc. When you show your conversational partner that you need a job or you need a referral from them immediately, it puts too much pressure on them. Oh, I have to give something to that person. And when I was a postdoc, I said, "Dear professor, I want to do PhD I want to join your group." I even didn't have a group, but I got those messages and it really felt awkward. Okay, actually, how do we do it? If I'm not asking about job, what do I ask? You ask what bothers you. How did they switch from one career path to another? Which skills help them to do it? Which mindset? Maybe again, which people? How did they do it? If you're interested in a particular company, you want to work at Google, you ask how was the recruitment process? Blah, blah, blah. Which skills are the most important for a Google recruiter or Google employees to gain? What makes someone succeed in this particular role? Again, which skills you need to acquire. And put yourself in the position of a journalist who collects information, makes the background check, doing research, rather than someone who is looking for the job. I am desperate and I need it. So then how do we approach networking? If would be one thing you remember from this video is that you ask about information and never about a job. You shift the way of thinking about networking from fear and pressure to curiosity. Be a curious child who asks about how did you do this? What helped you be in this position? What are your goals? What are your challenges? Be open-minded here. You always ask open-ended questions. Try to avoid yes-no questions because they're just dialogue killer. You want the person to talk. You want to get information. Of course, when you go into the conversation itself, you should have prepared questions. But I advise you not to be like a real journalist that have a set of questions that needs to be covered. But actually go with the flow. If your conversational partner says something important to you, something interesting, just go with the flow and ask follow-up questions. Another thing is to be present during the conversation. What that means is not to think about something else, that you have a little lunch in 2 hours, or that why this conversation is not going towards my job. So you're present in what your conversational partner is saying, you listen actively, you also observe the energy shift in them. Are they more prompt to talk about some of their particular experience? Are they start talking faster, you see the smile on their face, or they actually start feeling a bit uncomfortable with your question? Another important thing is during the informational interview, you take less space in the dialogue. This conversation about them expressing their view, their opinion, and sharing their experience. The good ratio is that you talk about 20% and they talk about 80%. To sum up, today we talked about 3 main fears about networking. Is fear of bothering people, fear of getting rejection, and seen as a transaction. And I also give you a few tips on how to think differently about networking, how to behave during the informational interview. If you find it useful, hit the subscribe button, check other videos that I publish on the career development, specifically for scientists and STEM professionals. I would be very happy to talk one-on-one to you and give more detailed feedback on your questions, the way you approach networking, and to create your own personalized strategy that help you to land your next job in the minimum amount of time and effort. Ta-da!